Next, we have the main aggregate function, and the main function does the opposite of what the max function does. With the main function, we can return the lowest value within a column. Let's switch over to SQL Server. Here we have the main function. So let's say we want to find the lowest review in our book table. So all we need to do, we have our select, and then we have main, and we have reviews from books, and we can give this an alias as call it lowest review. When we run this, it tells us the lowest review is 550. Now if we want, we can also use the top command to retrieve the same result. And we want the top one of reviews from books, and we can order by reviews, and we know this will be ordered ascendingly by default, which means it starts from the lowest to the highest, which is what we want. Now we do have within our reviews a null value because we have an author that we entered that has no book or books within the table. So if we run this, it's going to tell us null. Let's just do it. So it's going to tell us the list of the lowest reviewed book is null, and that's just no value. So what we want is the top two, because then the next one will be the list review within our book. And we can run both together. So it's 550. What if we want to find out, what can we find out? The list, let's say we want to find out the earliest year our book was released. We want to find the book or the year the earliest book was released within our table. So not the latest, which would be like maybe 2020 or 2019. We want to see pretty much the first, maybe, or let's say the first book that was released, the year the first book was released within our table. So what we need is a select, and we want minimum, and what we want is year released from books. And when we run this, it tells us our first book was released in 1990, and we can do the same, select top one, year released from books, and we want to order by year released. Okay, and perhaps so let's run that. So again, it tells us null for the same reason. So when we go to, for the same reason we talked about earlier, now we have 1990. Finally, let's find the list number of pages within our books table. So let's say find the list amount of pages in the books table. And all we need to do is select min, and we want min pages from books, and that should do it. So we have 179. I think we have to this way find the earliest released book. Okay. Alright, so that should be it. Before we move on to the next video, I would like you to create a new table and insert some records. I have provided the codes to do that. All you need to do is just copy, and we can run the code. And once you paste it within your SQL Server, just execute, and that should do it. And the next video would review the new table and discuss further.